So having formed these three-dimensional structures, this is then there are actually four main categories of what proteins can do. And again, their structure is going to dictate what they're going to do. So there is on the left, you'll see what is an example of an enzyme. So this is the main biochemical components of the cell. They're the parts of the cell that actually take for example, sugars and create energy. And they're going to facilitate the sort of breaking down and processing of substrates into energy and other components of your cells. The proteins that I'm most interested in my research are proteins that actually bind to DNA. So these are proteins that are going to bind to DNA and tell DNA when and where a gene should be made. That is, when a part of DNA is going to be transcribed into mRNA. The third type on the right here are transport proteins. These are going to be proteins that basically span the membrane. So they're not all, I shouldn't call them transport proteins. They're membrane spanning proteins. So these are going to be proteins that take information or metabolites from one side of your cell into another. So basically crossing the membrane. And the fourth type of protein are going to be structural proteins. So these are proteins that give your cells the particular shape that they need. So thinking about like muscle cells, they're going to have a very different shape than say your eye cells or your neurons. And so all of that structure is dictated by these structural